Welcome to the 12th video of traversing. In this video, we are going to learn on the concept of latitude and departure and finding the value of bearing and distance of a missing line. On the previous calculations, we have found all the final coordinates value. With this coordinates value, we can use it to calculate the value of bearing and distance of a missing line. As you can see in the drawing of the traversing work, the survey stations was plotted based on the value of the coordinates, but in some other softwares, it may be arranged based on the value of bearing and distance. We can clearly see now the up and down and left and right of the stations. On the top right of the drawing is the north arrow. From the survey stations to the other survey stations, the information in between is the bearing and distance. From this bearing and distance, we are able to calculate the latitude and departure, which results in the coordinates value of the next survey stations. This is what we have done in the previous video. Now, as you can see, the red line shows the directions of latitude and departure. From station number 2, the departure is towards the west directions, which reduces the value of easting from 1000 east to a lesser value, which is 980 and 287 east. Then there is an increase in the value of northing from 1000 north to 1004.758 north. The increase in value is because of the directions is moving upward. Okay, they are going to the up directions. The process continues from station 3 to station 4, where the movement of latitude is in upward directions, while the movement of departure is in right directions. In other words, both of the latitude and departure is increasing in value. The process continues until the calculations has reached back to station number 2, clockwise. Alright? Now, the question is, how to calculate the value of bearing and distance of a missing line, such as the value from station number 2 towards station number 5. Similarly, how to determine or to calculate the value from station 2 to station number 9. Next is how to calculate the bearing and distance of a point outside of the traverse work. Finally is to calculate the bearing and distance from station number 2 to station number 4. So, as you can see here, there are 4 directions of a missing line, from station number 2 to all other 4 survey stations. Now, these directions are actually representing the 4 quadrants. Starting from the top right is the quadrant number 1, followed by the bottom right is the quadrant number 2. Next is the bottom left, which is the quadrant number 3. And finally, the left is the quadrant number 4. There are rules applied to each quadrant. The value from the first quadrant is the value of the bearing. The value from the second and third quadrant is the value of bearing, which need to add up with 180 degrees. Finally, the quadrant number 4 is the final, where the final bearings is equals to 360 degrees minus with the calculated value. Okay, now get your calculator ready. We are going to do some calculations. Of course, you are going to do the calculations. Alright, starting from the first quadrant, the survey station is from station 2 to station 5. The value obtained in the end of this calculation is the value of bearing from station 2 to 5. The formula that you need to remember is the reverse tangent multiplied with easting divides by northing. Okay, this is the crucial formula that you need to remember. Here, to obtain the correct directions, let's say from station 2 to station 5, here in this example, the operation is always station 5 minus station 2. In other words, use the reverse directions. If you want to do the calculations of bearing of station A to station B, make sure to apply the easting and northing operation by taking the coordinates at station B minus the coordinates at A. Simple, okay? A to B takes B minus A. Alright? A to B takes B minus A. Okay. Let's calculate together. Once you have filled in this formula, alright? Let's say easting number 5, easting of station number 5 is this one, 1007.515, minus it with the station number 2, which is 1000. Similarly, for the northing part, 1012 minus 1000. Then you will get this value. How to get this reverse tangent is simply by shift tangent. Alright, shift tangent. This is how you do the reverse tangent. Insert the value here, and once you have inserted the value, there will be decimal numbers, and all you need to do is to click this button to change it to degrees. Alright, okay. Similarly, stations 2 to station 9, which position in quadrant number 2, the rules is to add the calculated value with 180 degrees. Okay, everything is quite the same, but here you need to apply the rules. By the way, this is the departure, 970 minus 1000. On the top part is actually the departure value, while the bottom part is the latitude value. In this case, the departure value is positive because from station number 2 to station number 9 is actually moving towards the east, while the northing, the bottom part is which is the latitude, is negative because it is moving downward from station number 2. It's moving down. That's why it is negative here. So all you need to do is apply the rules, which is the value you obtain here, add it with 180 degrees, and then similarly click the degrees button and you will get the degrees. Always round up the value here. Okay, don't forget. Next, station 2 to station N, which is outside of our traverse network, the rules is the same. The value is added with 180 degrees. Okay, similarly. Alright, finally the quadrant number 4, quite tricky but simple to understand. The rules is to add 360 degrees to the calculated value. Okay, this one, 360 degrees, add with, okay, I think some trouble here. No worries. 360 degrees plus the value right here. Please calculate it again. There is no 5 here, actually there is 36. You will get this, 323 degrees 25 minutes and 31 seconds. This is on the 4th quadrant. Alright, now these are all the bearing values from station 2 to station 5 to station N to station 9 to station 4, but the calculation hasn't finished yet. because we have to calculate the distance. All right, the distance is quite important. Of course, the distance is very important, because without distance the bearing is quite useless. There are ways, but in these videos we are going to learn also on how to calculate the distance. All right, there are ways to calculate it if you don't have distances, any reference distances. There are ways actually to calculate it, but in this video we are going to learn it by using the Pythagoras theorem as stated here. All right, distance is equals to square root of latitude square plus departure square here. All right, based on the calculated latitude and departure from the differences of two coordinates, apply the formula as follow. This formula, you need to remember that when you apply this formula in the calculator, make sure that the square root and the bracket here is like so. What I mean is, the square here is actually outside the value of this bracket. You see, the square here is actually outside the value of this bracket. And of course, the operation is additional operations. And once you have done this, you will get the value of distances. All right, the distances is as follows. Of course, you need to calculate it yourself. Be familiar with it. And all right, that's all for this video. If you have any questions, please email it to me. Thank you very much.